Today I don't feel like building anything. I just wanna write in my book. Don't feel like picking up my pigeon, so leave a message at the door. 'Cause today I swear I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna kick up my feet and stare at the motor and paint a little bit, maybe Jesus at the supper. Nobody's gonna tell me I can't. I've been lying on the couch just writing in my journal and writing it backwards just to tick people off. 'Cause in my castle I'm the freaking man. Oh yes, I said it, I said it, I said it 'cause I can. Today I don't feel like building anything. I just wanna write in my book. Don't feel like picking up my pigeon, so leave a message at the door. 'Cause today I swear I'm not doing anything, nothing at all.
As all children grow, they are constantly subjected to tests in their lives that parents and teachers use to determine genius children. They will give children IQ tests and puzzles to try to see how smart their kids are, and if the scores aren't satisfactory, the parents will give the kids textbooks and worksheets to try to make them smarter. Michael Gelb, the author of How to Think Like Leonardo da Vinci, believes that intelligence is a learning process and that there is never just one type of genius. For the whole book, the main focus is about Leonardo da Vinci and his life, and how ordinary people can take experiences from his far from ordinary life to nurture them, to be geniuses in their own right. Michael Gelb decided to split this book into 3 major parts, with each part giving you steps and exercises to try out for yourself. In the first part, he focuses on Leonardo da Vinci and his life. He also focuses on Leonardo da Vinci's accomplishments and his way of thinking. It was only due to extraordinary coincidence that such an intelligent and amazing man could have been born in such an intellectually stimulating era such as the Renaissance. Meaning, to revive, this era was perfect for Leonardo da Vinci, as it was focused on the ideal of human power and the limitless potential we have. Gelb also goes on to talk about inventions that Leonardo either made or helped invent through his ideas. Da Vinci did not have enough time to fully build and create all of the things that he wanted to create, but he had numerous journals which held all of the ideas that he could fit into them. The Renaissance helped make many important inventions that we still see here today, like the printing press, the pencil and paper, the astrolabe, and the mechanical clock. Leonardo da Vinci was also not just revered as an inventor, but also perhaps more so, revered as an artist. His famous paintings, like Mona Lisa, the Virgin of the Rocks, and the Last Supper paintings, are still held in the Louvre in Paris, one of the most prestigious art museums. Leonardo da Vinci was the embodiment of the term Renaissance man, because of how diverse Leonardo da Vinci was in his genius. He was not only an artist, but was also an architect, botanist, scientist, mathematician, philosopher, and much more. As an inventor, he made many marvels that we still see today, like the parachute, a helicopter design, and the extendable ladder, which the fire departments still use today. The author uses all of these examples to help cement the idea to the reader that Leonardo da Vinci was a true genius in all aspects and worthy of our attention. Gelb goes further into the topic by telling the reader that we all have the potential to be like Leonardo da Vinci. The author also focuses on nurturing ourselves to be the modern Renaissance man or woman. According to the author, the modern Renaissance man is a well-rounded, balanced person, comfortable with both arts and sciences. They must be computer literate, mentally literate, and globally aware. Michael Gelb divides genius into 7 main principles that help define the area of genius that the reader is most comfortable with. His book is a practical approach to genius. The main thesis of this book is that everybody has the potential to be a genius, but you must first discover for yourself what type of genius you are. Not everybody can be the perfect Renaissance person, so that means that they must focus on at least one part. The 7 Da Vincian principles are curiosita. Curiosita is very simply curiosity, not just for academics, but for everything in general. An insatiable thirst for knowledge of all forms. This would apply to many mathematicians and logical people, such as Stephen Hawking and Isaac Newton. The reader is given a self-assessment to give themselves an idea of whether they're suited to the curiosity type. Gelb also gives exercises to the reader, like keeping a journal or notebook to write in. Dimostrazioni. Dimostrazioni is a commitment to test knowledge through experience and a willingness to learn from mistakes. This is the ability to learn for yourself without having someone feeding you information to solve the problem. The key to this is to make the most out of your experiences, whether they are good or bad. The author gives, like the previous principle and future principles, a self-assessment and exercise to help stimulate the dimostrazioni part of your brain, like listing your memorable experiences and analyzing your beliefs. Sensazione, the continual refinement of the sense, like sight, touch, taste, to enliven the experience. The author describes this as using all of your senses to grow to love something and make the experience better. Sfumato, the ability to accept uncertainty, danger, and new opportunities. This could be considered reckless, but also as a sign of being very courageous. Art, the development of balance between the right brain and the left brain. This principle states that while some people focus only on either the left brain or the right brain, the best result would come from trying to develop a balance between creativity and logic. Corporalita, cultivation of grace, elegance, and poise. This principle focuses on developing dexterity and an increase in physical fitness. Connessione, realizing and appreciating the interconnectedness in all things and parts. Michael Gelb gives an apt example about the 7 Da Vincian principles through the context of juggling, as can be seen in this video.
I went to the place where Leonardo was born. And I went to the place where he died. And I literally walked his footsteps and aimed to look at the world from his point of view. I read his notebooks over and over again. I read the scholarly works about him. I started dreaming about him, and from those dreams, 7 principles emerged. I learned how to juggle many years ago. I saw someone doing it, and I thought it was incredibly beautiful. Looked to me like moving sculpture. So I went up to this great juggler, and I asked him to teach me. But it turned out he was not as good a teacher as he was a juggler, because you know what he told me? He said, take these 3 balls, throw them up, don't let any of them drop. You ever get an instruction like that in the course of your career? Well, I tried really hard, and the balls were dropping over and over again. I would have given up, but I really wanted to learn. And then I had an enlightenment experience. I realized that if I could discover curiosità, be more like a child, more playful, it would be much easier. Dimostrazione was clear. I had to figure it out for myself. Sensazioni, I started to feel the rhythm, enjoy the color. Sfumato, I realized that learning anything was a journey into the unknown. Arte, scienza, and corporalità were all about balance, and that's when I had the enlightenment. Connessione, everything connects to everything else. If you meditate on this pattern, what is it? Infinity. It represents your infinite potential. The art critic Bernard Berenson said of Leonardo da Vinci that everything he touched turned to eternal beauty. My wish for you is you'll take these principles and bring a touch of that beauty to your life every single day. Grazie mille. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Grazie mille. Thank you. Thank you very much. Michael Gelb. Michael Gelb.
Michael Gelb is indeed a professional in this area and is a well-known personal development speaker that uses Leonardo da Vinci to inspire others. In this book, he uses Da Vinci's principles, but also uses present-time information and statistics from studies to cement his thesis. He also uses legitimate exercises to help the reader be more like Da Vinci, like using mind maps to help him remember important and key details. The third part of Michael Gelb's book focuses a lot more on drawing and finding creative ways to use drawing to encourage your own creativity. This talks less about how to be a genius like Leonardo da Vinci, but it does give good tips on how to be more creative by drawing more. Michael Gelb uses the life of Leonardo da Vinci, one of the greatest geniuses to have ever lived, and his principles to show people how to be geniuses in their own right. He uses exercises, creative thinking, and inspirational stories to cement his thesis that every individual has the infinite potential to be geniuses.